the individuals that are now winning that for you. And if you've given that little bit of extra time to Kaplan to kind of look through and go, okay, they're doing these crazy aggressive defensive side pushes, how can we shut that down? Can we play our default properly? And couldn't we almost wait for them? Because the team that managed to beat Sentinels was the really structured team. Paper X are not that.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that Sen needs to go back and just think about the positives that they have. And also before coming into the tournament, I think that their retakes are so beautiful, and it's going to be one of the determinant keys for today if they're able to just maybe give Paper X that space and no fall into their game.
Can they do it? Can Paper X pull off the Tokyo Miracle, I guess is what they're calling it. So do you guys believe in that?
Yeah, they absolutely can. They saw the Tokyo Miracle, them losing now.
No, wait, yes. And champions.
There's a bad choice.
Yes.
They totally can. It's about getting big performances out of individuals and coming up with combos and pace that is going to outperform what Sentinels are anticipating. Gen G were faster than Sen. Paper X could do it too.
Yeah, well, it's time to get this best-of-5 series started.
Nice.
Versus Paper X, where the winner will take on Gen G tomorrow in the grand finals. The Masters Madrid lower bracket final starts right here, right now.
Anyway,
Daun.
Anjay, bagol. Limit. Limit ya, rame banget.
Hello everyone and welcome to Masters Madrid, coming at you live from the Madrid Arena.
Nice.
Where are you from? Sabar guys. I'm from California. I'm studying at Virginia.
Wah, itu lo.
Head of my Valorant team program.
Nice.
I'm from Ireland. I traveled here yesterday.
What are your predictions for this tournament? Who's gonna make it?
Well, actually, I think Wingman for MVP, honestly.
You get it.
My parents were visiting Europe, and so I was like, hey, let's go to Madrid. Let's go see
Nice.
You guys wanna come in? You guys wanna cheer with him? Come in.
Dang.
Are you from Spain or did you travel to be here?
I traveled here from Germany.
Gue mau panda lu, Gum.
Do you have any predictions for the finals of the tournament?
Oh my god. Like, in my
Terima
head, I
gaji.
want PRX because they're my favorite Pacific team and I've been supporting them since last year since they have such a great run.
But the crossfire setup is too strong, it's too damn strong.
Seakan-akan tak bergaji.
What a time, what a game to come alive.
Man, I didn't even expect how you're here. I thought we already going back after the Carmen Corp win, you know? We felt depressed. Somehow we still managed to win.
The time is running out and now
Mite pasti ada satu.
Gua kena.
Nice, Gum.
They've been here before. It will not be an easy series. They play very aggressive. They don't really care about advantages. They like playing their way. I would like to think that we could punish it. We just have to come in and play more together as a team.
Sentinels, this time we will have zero fear. We just be
Ada lagi.
loud, and now we're beating the Americas.
We're not out yet. We're coming for you.
Go.
What do we want to say to the fans?
Makanya gol.
Thank you guys so much for supporting us throughout this whole run. It's been a wild past few months, honestly. Even just this tournament and the off season and kickoff leading up to it. It's been a crazy ride.
Nice.
I know that previous years has been kind of rough as a Sentinels fan, but it's looking up. I'm feeling confident. My team's feeling confident.
Couldn't have done it without your support. Thank you so much.
I hope you guys keep supporting us. I mean, I know some of you don't believe in our new W gaming, but I hope you guys just keep trusting us. We're trying our best.
Pakai apa tuh namanya? Yang dar apa sih?
And yeah, spread love. Hopefully we win. And I kind of want to beat
Buset, ngamuk Gumi.
So, yeah. Zelsis, we are coming for you.
Nggak ngerti. Orang Filipin kayaknya.
B-nya ada, Gum.
Kagak. Ngendap-ngendap kali, gak tahu dah.
Ya, shotgun dia.
Lagi per, sampai per.
Ya itu 120 nice. Oh Smithnya.
Udah mulai ya guys.
Ya.
Ada lagi teh. Kanan tuh.
Aduh, keteran.
Gimana?
Kiri.
Nggak tahu. Kiri. Kontol.
Aduh, 99 no heal.
Anjing. Paperex. It's here, Mike.
Nah ini Verdi mantap.
Ya lagi.
Boom, mau lagi boom. Reload chaos.
Just to get here, but none of that matters. It is going to be about who can show up on this stage today and get into that grand finals tomorrow.
Yeah, two teams devoted to their fans, saying that most of what they do is because and thanks to them as well. The place is crowded, just looking at what is going to be of these two teams.
Limit.
I think honestly, this first map could be almost a trendsetter. Like I think it favors Sentinels heavily, but it's one of those scenarios where Paperex get off the mark quickly. We could be seeing a dangerously quick series.
And I think the play to watch here is something. We're expecting him probably to be pulling out the Jet because that's one of the big compositions that they've been running on Lotus. It's unusual.
You're confident?
Well, who knows? Who knows? Something could be playing anything, right?
Yeah.
But if he is playing a role where he's able to have enormous impact, pulling out the operator, then he becomes the pivotal player in my game. To have that impact and outweigh the compositional disadvantage that they've got.
Can Something's Jet go against Celsius Odin? Josh, can he take it?
Dude, Celsius took a long time to get online in the game against Gen G. He was getting bullied in the first map. He woke up about halfway through Lotus. So, I don't know. I feel like this Sentinels team has shown that they can be battled at this point. But you have to be immaculate. And Gen G is right now. I don't know where the Paperex is going to be today.
That's the thing, going into this map in particular, you mentioned something. I think the duelist on the other side in Zekken, this is a map where he truly thrives. Like the space he's able to take, especially on their C-site executes, he's just devastating as he enters into the site. And Sassy's supportive utility is bang on almost every single time. That duo together in this map is going to be hard to beat.
You need to look at the reliable players. I think that Zekken is one of them, especially on this map. On the other side, how crazy is Paperex going to be? We know that for the last matches that these teams have played, they've had shaky starts. Those pistol rounds sometimes do not go as planned. And if they do, maybe it's everything that they get in the
I'm going to be looking, assuming that we see Forsaken Cypher coming online. To refer back to your point, Tom, Zekken was unbelievable on those C-site entries. He was just amazing versus the game against Gen G. But if you've got trips to try to stop that, I'm wondering how that flavor works out. And it will be that classic composition from Paperex with the double duelist and the Cypher.
Udah masukin.
To raise entry against that than the Killjoy.
Yeah, but the rest of the team is going to have such a much easier time. There's no Killjoy, there's no Viper. Like, you're going to have, you know, potentially a lot of freedom. That is what Paperex has to respond fast. They have to move around the map, they have to put the pressure, and especially Mindfreak, he needs to be very mindful of that paranoia usage.
Yeah, and what is it, Tom, that makes Sentinel so good here? What are some of the difficulties Paperex could run into?
I think firstly they're adaptive. As it was mentioned, I think Zelsa's playing like an Odin all over the map is always difficult when you're coming up against that defensive side. But I also think they are very good at that sort of push and pull of the map to get into those entries.
Well, I can't wait. We have two great teams on stage and two great casters on standby as well. Get ready for a certified banger. It's Pansy and Hypok.
Thank you so much, Sue and the desk. Yeah, this is an exceptional head-to-head here, Mike. It's hard to split it. You look at the teams that they faced to get to this point, Neron mirrored. I mean, this is probably one of the most exciting best-of-5s we've had in a minute.
Yeah, definitely. I think former side, doubters aside, the fact that Paperex is still here, still alive and kicking, still delivering, is such a testament to the potential, the talent on this roster. That's always been. It's been questions the whole way along. The things kicked off here on Lotus. Paperex gonna make some progress towards A here. Zelsis, I'm not even sure actually if you got some information there, but backs away at the right time. Smoke coming through. We'll confirm some presence behind this. Paperex just shift walking up.
Yeah, they're pretty close as well. Now, fortunately for Zelsis, he does have John QT nearby. Something's on the site. The blind didn't work well enough for you to get past. Zelsis picking up where he left off. That classic looks good in his hands. Sassy in support. Divide the last alive.
Orang main di sini pakai ghost.
And he's hunting.
Di VCT ini. Makanya klasik,
Zelsis just around that corner. Divide do anything here? Oh, absolutely not. Look at that pour on of utility. Sen off to a flawless beginning.
PaperX just trying their luck, trying to walk up here, play contact up towards A, but again, that first exchange of utility, the snake bite coming down, something gets separated. Unfortunately, Zelsis adding another couple of kills to that classic leaderboard here. Unfortunately, beheads something and Monyet. Takes the bite right out of this execution. A flawless start here for Sentinels.
Could have talked about potentially that aspect of coming off the win or the loss to get to this point. Obviously, that Gen G matchup probably still fresh within the Sentinel mind, but again, off to a good start. Correct all those wrongs. And back in that confident position. And a patient start here. You know who you're against, it's PaperX. Got to be careful, got to be cautious. Tens. Going to be noted early. Still sticking around though.
Flash is perfect. Nade won't actually do any damage, but does force Tens back a little deeper. Something still desperate to try and find a pick here. He's burnt up the dash though, so he's gonna have to slow things down a little bit as we hit the minute mark. A real pressure point for PaperX to try and exploit.
Does Tens go farming here? Very much in a position
Feels
for
like it.
Yeah, that smoke, the only thing keeping PaperX safe currently. Just about to dissipate, and he dips away. Zekken, though, still with eyes on, going to now post the paranoia. Close enough to do some damage for Saken, though, unable to convert that to any form of kill. As Tens holds the line, giving Mindfreak something. And it was Device still alive. Yeah, there we go. This is lovely stuff from Sentinels. 5 alive again. Not suffering a casualty yet.
Back-to-back flawless here will give Sentinels a massive cushion in terms of the funds here early on. Obviously coming to the next round with a little bit of a disadvantage in terms of the weaponry, but I mean, Sassy, one with a rifle, maybe an opportunity for him to get something done.
30 seconds left.
Sentinels carry this confidence across, maybe get a little proactive here.
Round to do it in.
Yep, maximize their chances of really trying to do some damage at least, but an honest go of this round 3.
Wondering if Sassy was going to send that out, maybe get some early info. Opts against it. Forsaken. No subtlety to his presence here. But
I'm
in
not
the
even sure
meantime,
actually if that was after the barrier job, sorry.
No,
whether or not the spy cam kind of called Sassy off that reveal, expecting a little bit of pressure towards B, potentially. PaperX haven't really revealed themselves over towards Rubble just yet.
And nothing out of the ordinary really from Sentinels here either, kind of playing it rather standard, even with those Stinger Spectres and that Bulldog in the hands of Sassy. Sight now, pressured, something. Gonna be going first and actually overwhelmed, isolated again. These problems re-emerge, and what a chance for success now for Sen. Can't quite get the weapons, but they're in touching distance. And PRX down 2 players is a huge loss here.
Divide looking for something, but Ten's actually slipping into drop here. He's gonna send the paranoia. Expecting too much of a push here, but Forsaken, the one to wrap this, will find Zelsis.
Trying to allocate some safety on the site, maybe get that plant a feasible option. They're gonna go for it now. Limited utility left on PaperX. Sen, similar position, a touch here and there. You can hear it just going through from Sassy then. And they wait poised, flooding back into the site. Mindfreak, great pick up towards Zekken, but it's still dangerous. Still a man advantage to Sentinels here. Can they close that final gap, or can Divide digging his heels? This could be huge from Mindfreak, but it's not clean on the first attempt with an opportunity. Sentinels still going.
What the fuck,
I was worried they were
bro?
playing an outstanding, a traditional approach, and it still worked.
PaperX sends something and Monyet into the back lines once again, but this utility completely splits this execute up. Fortunately, it's the perfect time actually for John QT to find contact or at least be seen on Heaven. Plays in his teammate. And immediately then you see the flip all the way back into a passive hold. They want the time to run down, allow PaperX to get themselves stabilized, and Sentinels capitalize on the numbers advantage. A very early timeout here, Lauren.
Yeah, this is incredibly early. Round
I mean, this has been a recurring trend as well. We've seen Alex burn up, timeouts in the first half by round 8, by round 9 almost.
It's just, what do they do with this? They've been able to creep close to sites. They've been getting right next to be able to get that plant down, but every single time they capitulate there.
Yeah, I mean, there's two very, very clear examples of maybe a requirement to change this approach. Both Something and Monyet not really finding any value, find themselves split in 2 rounds. Whether or not now Zellsis and John QT can play with that a little bit.
Oh yeah, subvert expectations now. They get to start enjoying themselves a little bit after such a robust start. I mean, 2 back-to-back flawless rounds, ridiculous.
And the round 3.
And the bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that again. It just kind of whips my mind back to that game that we saw against Gen G, where Sen looked completely out of it, which was wild to me, right? It felt completely out of character because these guys had been just on the money the whole way through. But the question does become, can PaperX cause those same issues? So far, not been the case. Going to go for a touch of a purchase here, not too much weight behind it. 2 Stingers, Sheriffs, and that Bulldog in the hands of Mindfreak. But they need to make impact, Mike. As silly as that sounds, they just haven't quite been threatening enough yet.
Sure, and with 2 flawless rounds as well, Something very close to his ultimate. Monyet, better progress, but still 3 away from the showstopper. Be crucial ultimates in a round like this, but PaperX seemingly looking to push and prod a little more in this round. Try and bait a peek out somewhere across the map, but we have actually seen a big adjustment here on the defense. It's Tens to solo hold down Rubble. John QT and Zellsis now side by side once again. Zellsis done damage previously with this weapon. Looked fantastic with it.
He did, he really did. He made it work, looked comfortable, didn't look just it was very one-dimensional. Absolutely not. Something tries to get healed up. Second bite of the cherry. Zellsis still going to catch him. It's at least allowed a plant to come in. That's not bad. PaperX will take that. But can they defend it? These walls feel like paper when that gun's in play. Zekken the one to find Monyet here. And we look towards the rest. Who's remaining? Forsaken, Divide, Mindfreak. Desperately trying to hold on. Didn't quite get too affected by that. But that vice-like grip gets brought into play when 10 starts to play through by the door. The flood on the site. It's there on Flawless again. Mindfreak nowhere to go. And Sentinels looking genuinely flawless here, Mike.
Only 1 casualty on the way in. PaperX a little bit of threat to this, but again, hesitancy to really dig any deeper. Try and convert that into any sort of comfort here. I mean, the amount of pressure that Zellsis is applying from inside this smoke.
Yeah.
Can't really blame PaperX in this scenario.
Whoa! Oh, come off it.
GG banget. GG banget, Cok.
Okay, at least there's a purchase now. You see the rifles coming out. Hoping Forsaken gets that full buy-in here. Looking at the armor.
I'll find you.
Yeah, no armor on Forsaken. So that's a little bit of a problem.
Maybe just looking to play late here. Be the second layer to any sort of setup for Something, but Zekken looking to get ahead of the curve. Caught by the paranoia. Showstopper sent out, but nothing on the other end of it.
No, just teetering on the edge of commitment there, but deciding against it. Monyet going to pick up another towards his ult. 1 off now. Very close by with a couple here. Devi, I think, 2 away. Nice to bring into effect, but a different, a tangible pace change and a very near miss there. Tens gonna note the player, but didn't quite connect towards it. But again, PaperX look a little lost on this one, or maybe not lost, but just adjusting their approach quite late in the round. 40 seconds. I don't know what they're expecting to come into towards that C site. We know that Zellsis will be present.
I don't know if they're expecting Zellsis to still be here. Not necessarily any clear indications of a difference in setup, but that'll be the confirmation for Zellsis at least. PaperX still taking their time
now,
here.
yeah. Zellsis so nearby, undiscovered. He could be such a problem for them. Not this time. Monyet denies it. Great pickup, perfect follow-up. Something answering back. That's Tens dealt with that. Zellsis gone. The first 2 responders to the site. And now the 3 trying to come back in are a little ways off. Zekken still alive, Sassy there and John QT could still cause a couple of issues. Monyet goes down. The gates start to open, but the cross is being watched. Forsaken's position is excellent, as is something. Sassy, this is gonna, I mean, this is a tall task. Time is
really good
to
damage.
tick, yeah, unconfirmed. And they're still posturing here, and that's it. Mind Freak gonna put the full stop on the end of that sentence. PaperX get themselves on the board now.
It feels extremely dicey to be hitting towards this site again. Late round,
yeah.
Zelsis, all he really needs to do is find a little bit of damage, maybe even a wallbang, but slight overcommitment from him. Monyet's the one to punish. Well navigated by PaperX nonetheless, who get themselves a couple of ultimates online now. Divide yet to get on the board, but Seekers
menurut lu
something.
Compare
An operator in
depan
hand.
ini champion anjing.
Ini yang waktu lawan tuan rumah.
Last new series.
Iya, itu seru banget. Udah mana kalah lagi tuan rumahnya.
Yeah, I was going to say, an indicator maybe the PaperX are happy to continue slowing things down. With this early presence shown towards B. Despite not committed just yet though.
No, still around. Made its crossover towards the door, so it could be again looking to exploit that C site. Seeker's going to come in. Zelsis needs to evacuate the site here. Monyet is commanding all this space.
Yeah,
he's following that Seeker all the way he can. Going to post it. Doesn't get what he wants from it, but he's got them all of this to do. And wait, QT just got two back. Something.
Wait, tense.
Oh my God, what just happened this round? Drifting alongside each other. But it comes down to two. Divine and Forsaken with the time on their side. 10 still alive, takes TP. John QT and Zekken nearby now. Forsaken, dicey way to play, but caught off guard. Tens goes down. Now information free-flowing from the ult. They're going to note it, they're going to see it. Forsaken needs to deliver on it. He can't. Zekken takes him away. Divine. His moment to shine. Can he hold this? Yes, for the first he can, the second.
Empty banget, bro.
Taking PaperX for the second now.
Gocap.
Yet to get on the board, but 3 kills on the round to find the Red Bull clutch, Lauren. Beautiful stuff from Divine. One of the biggest criticisms being, you know, the value that PaperX have been unable to find on the back of his utility here in the post plant. Everything that he needs to convert this round.
Phantom lagi ini tahu meta.
Nonton on top. Solving the wounds for Sentinels.
Iya banyak banget ya. Padahal dia tuan rumah kan itu.
Ngapain keluaran Myfrick gak sih? Keluaran Myfrick gak sih teman-teman?
High tempo.
Tenang sekali tadi.
But again, looking at PaperX here, still showing a little bit of caution. That pace changer came in after the timeout. Once the buy came in, has awarded them 2 good rounds here. The question then becomes, does Sen have an answer? What do they have back to this? And again, the adjustment in place here, Mike, we're seeing 10s back towards us.
Sentinel lu doang tau, Bud.
PaperX trying to set
Sentinel
off this my camp.
Iya lu.
Zekken's checked it. Sassy's the one to find the first second to follow up. That's a 2 for 2.
Mind Freak, what a shot!
Ridiculous headshot.
Kok gitu sih Mind Freak? Mind Freak siapa? Zekken?
He was trying to get out of danger. And this time it's the 2 for Sentinels. It's Divide catch. I don't think he caught him. Oh my word, Tens has been played in here.
The second time he's in a really awkward spot.
Smoke behind him. He's not noted any player. He's going to hear the door.
Bisa nggak sih ratain kiri? Aduh.
Question mark of Mind Freak again. That late round positioning. Oh my God, Zelsis slides in and finds Mind Freak.
Gocap ini
Got a 1v2 in here.
Lockdown available. Tough in the 1v2.
Winnable, Zelsis bro.
Really guarantee value off that.
Ini Zelsis bro, bukan boot lime Rex.
X-ray here. Divide looking a little curious towards spawn as well. Still got a flash to work with. In the hands of Divide.
There it goes.
1, 2, 3, pick.
Towards CT, so eliminating the
saving
option to maybe
si
Zelsis.
Yeah, he wants to play off that.
Baru gua dukung adik-adik. Dilawan guys.
And the potential of a taste of the own medicine waiting around this corner. Zelsis.
Anjing.
You can hear the spam. He wants it back. He's not going to get it. Divide. Showing him how it's done. PaperX. They're clawing back into this after what was a near-on flawless start from Sentinels. Crowd wants it.
Yeah.
Comstone.
To get behind him now, a run of 3 rounds. A really bizarre exchange here, but it's Mind Freak to find 2 on the back of this. make that a third onto tens as well.
Fact, he stuck around there after that smoke, the dog, the clear, everything. They still considered it.
Really heads up. Of course we jinxed.
It's gonna be a quiet cast. Anyway, back into this one. It looks like maybe a brawl begins now. Tens, remember that classic in hand, what he was able to do from here. That first glance back at him on the international stage certainly enamored all of us. But for now, no test. PaperX show a little presence, but then peel away.
Mati kata gue tadi.
Something so desperate for this opener.
Waduh, dapat dua
Not going to give anything away.
Nice Zekken.
Wide swings onto the angle. Zekken to punish. Opener found here. Just result in Tens posting up a little deeper here. Zekken already hitting preemptive rotation.
What?
That's a bit down.
What a start from him into this one. What a catch from Forsaken on the other side of the map.
Isandre tadi mainnya kalah timing mulu, Cok.
They needed a comeback, they needed that resurgence after the start, and they got it. They got it in spades here. Locking down the site. That's a problem for Mindfree. Got to be cautious now. Just about slips away before Sassy crests the corner. Trying to get involved, trying to get a little dangerous, but only going to catch one. Leaving in a world of trouble. Mon yet that time. Puts his name up at a tied scoreline, 4 apiece.
This is interesting as well to see PaperX capitalize so quickly. Something falls, you think it's almost a disaster here to lose your duelist in this sort of scenario. Operator as well. Alex was talking about this, that PaperX's struggle has been capitalizing on these times that they can find, really having the confidence to go all in on these sort of plays. Perfect example here. Just at the right time as well to tie things up 4 apiece.
Coach bang, itu coach bang.
Sentinels now forcing them into a timeout. Time for coach to check back in, see what's going on. What did they adjust? What did they do after that timeout? Tempo shift, great approach. You saw those small
Abis time out, udah half time-nya menang
Sentinel lagi. PaperX looking lively now.
A couple of ultimates coming online here. Turn out today as well.
Absolutely. Very lively in the crowd. Always could see the split between the two teams as well. A lot of Sen fans, a lot of PRX fans.
PaperX favoured.
It did, it did.
It did.
Maybe the cameraman's finding them for now. We'll see if it turns around. But genuinely, PaperX winning the hearts and minds of everyone, I think, over the last couple of years. Hard to not enjoy watching them, their story.
I mean, that's it. It's the age old, right? I still think they're the most entertaining team to watch, but also at the same time, they can be the most frustrating to watch. They can be the most heartbreaking to watch.
Ya udah lu dipecat gampang kan.
Truly that any given Sunday team.
Tapi gue ada PCT yang buat.
I said though, operator back in hands for something. Blade Storm available, Seekers, the TP for Mindfree, plenty of tools at their disposal.
Temen gue juga ikut tuh tadi turnamen tapi bukan VCT, maksudnya turnamen tapi isinya cewek semua.
And again, we're looking for those beginnings. Something drifting.
Ih, keren cok, anjing gue pikir cupu anjing immortal.
And remind yourself, note.
Anjing hancurin itunya pakai oke ya.
Kenapa bingung sih gue anjing?
Emang kenapa kalau nggak boleh?
Emang aneh banget.
Be careful to not give that over. Sheriffs, ghosts, bits and pieces, a bucket or two.
Pistol aja. Karena mereka pede satu kill.
And actually, it's only him. He's drawn the entirety of Sen now. This round, not the one to be calling the adjustment, really.
Gitu bagus.
Too worried about is when the buy comes back in. That's where you want to look for the adjustment from Sentinels. But for now, it's looking like a very likely round for PaperX here.
I mean, Sassy would have been the only one to really contest this. Still over towards B site here. Slowly, rotation coming through.
Kill berapa tuh? Kill 5?
Capek kali yang carry mulu.
I mean, Zekken's one off the showstopper, chance to really swing this back in their favour, but it's going to take an awful lot in a 4v5. Couple of overcommitments from PaperX. We haven't seen that so far. Something more to shut down Sassy finally.
His work on the operator has been divine. Zekken, though, flies through the air, but how do you get rid of that back line? Well, he's doing a little bit of damage, but not quite enough to knock him over. Still standing, still breathing. PaperX unaffected, and Forsaken gonna find John.
Tahan 5 nggak sih? Tahan 5 nggak sih? Adik-adik tahan 5 nggak sih?
As Paperex now a full house of ultimates. And relying solely on these gunfights, and I'll be honest, getting really into the groove now on the map. Firmly in control. Even on this anti-eco
Kalau
here.
OP ngapain, Cok?
Something in a position to create some sort of threat. And a massive gap on the other side of the map.
Kita terakhir nobar VCT season 3
really have a response to try and shut down this operator pressure.
Iya, Fer. Yang sampai malam.
Showstopper in hand now for Zekken.
Sampai pagi, Fer.
Sassy and Zelsu still have their ultimates to play with.
Sama lu kalau nonton ginian bisa dapat reward tau,
from Sentinels.
Iya, ngeklaim.
Lu buka stage, terus ngeling dulu ke...
As previously noted early on, it was John QT here really layering Zelsu's utility very well. No secrets about this. The spam coming through from Paperex. Alarm bot dealt with. Already see this rotation coming through.
Oh, this could be a nice offload coming in. That should catch a fair few. So they try and springboard off this. No, they flex a little towards that B side. Sassy's got to be careful. Monyet just working in the dark. Couldn't see a thing. Gets caught by Zekken.
Monyet itu terlalu tamak, adik-adik terlalu tamak, teman-teman.
Already, lockdown gonna come in. This puts PRX under the gun a little now. Gonna have to pause. You can already see Sen looking towards where that next flex point for Paperex would be, and it is through that B site. Sassy confirms that he knows he's close as well. Great work, Paperex! Dismantling! Oh my god! I thought he got away with that for a second. Didn't do the damage he wanted, but Mindfreak still
Aduh,
playing so slippery, and they've gone back towards A. They've got that spike down. Paperex are taking fights in their spawn. Something gonna slow the roll a little, ease off a touch.
Sassy lagi,
has to re-clear if he even wants a chance at this.
Something and Divide resetting now, plenty of utility available. Both Something and Divide actually, yeah. Trailblazer's gonna come out very low. Something swings onto the angle. And Paperex find their sixth. And this is the sort of round that, I'll be honest, has been lacking. At least the consistency of these sort of rounds, where there's 5 or 6 different things going on. And Paperex are just placing question marks everywhere for Sentinels. No tangibles for them to really cling on to. Beautiful shutdown from Mindfreak as well.
Gotta say it, Paperex look really on the money today.
Yeah.
Mechanically, I mean that sounds silly to almost say it, but they look deadly. And to do this to the likes of Zekken, in my mind, having a really good performance. I mean, John QT as well, outstanding to every single one. They are very solid. But a pace change potentially. Let's see what Monyet does with this. Has an opportunity to play this out, drawing a lot of eyes just towards him. Support is there, but the spike's not committed.
Spot out here, Forsaken nearly catching the spam through onto Zekken here. But have been rewarded time and time again for these sort of punishments. Finding a peak, the push and pull across the map. Creating opportunities for them. Posture a little outside C. I mean, it's drawing Sentinels perfectly. I mean, look at the X-ray here for Forsaken. It's everybody but 10s. This is the sort of thing that happened in the previous. Sentinels just didn't know where to stack. Completely misreading the situation. Well, I guess maybe not even misreading, laying it on pretty thick with the information they are.
Minimal dapat 2.
Tens is noted. The site gets found. He falls away. And of course, Paperex don't know the level of success they've had. If anything, that could cost them because they're peeling away. Look at the positioning. Look at the
definitely will. Yeah, with Zelsus drifting up this deep, it definitely is. So they're detriment now.
They had that A site on the flasher and they didn't even know it, but they also don't know about Mon yet. They haven't spotted him yet. The utility didn't reveal him. That time it does, and now the position is given up. Well, should be given up. This man is stubborn in approach, and you can see why. Just punishing Sassy. And Sen looking flat on this retake so far. They need something to set them in motion, and that's it. That's what the doctor ordered.
Atu yuk Tens yuk.
Back some of this site here.
Aduh.
Didn't get it. Nice.
Nice.
And Sentinel started trying to deliver, going to get themselves up towards 5 here, finding some answers. But we saw that tragedy almost in motion.
Getar gak sih adik-adik? Getar gak sih? Getar gak sih?
Didn't even know it.
And it's only spotting 10s, which I guess they're identifying either Zelsis or John QT as the site anchors, but time and time again we've seen them.
John Kitty nih, bos.
It's them really stacking utility together. So the fact that they identify 10s here with Mind Freak's TP.
Oh, nice flip.
Everybody over towards C on the side of Sen, trying to catch a timing onto B, and like I said, Zelsis really going to be the threat in the backlines there.
One more. Let's go.
They haven't rotated all the way back through
half time, bro.
And it's just, it feels like a different game every single round. You don't know quite where you're going to get here, but early intent going to be noted from something. Slipping a little further ahead, but a second
itu Zeken. Lah. Monyet ternyata. Dikira Zeken.
Still 2 on the site. And a 1-for-1 trade at the very start.
Sabar gue. Masuk aja mana.
Enggak salah, gue salah.
Lawannya Sentinel nih gol, lu langsung masuk aja lu.
Testing the space now, slowing PaperX's early round. Map here though. Seconds actually repositioned in towards street. Not been there previously. A possibility actually of comboing up here with Sassy, John QT elsewhere. Second to find Mind Freak as well. Sentinels going to tighten things up for the half here, Lauren.
Yeah, looking rather likely. Divide, Monyet, at least they're going to get a heal, right? So it's back towards fighting form. Still got the paint shot. Still got some bits and pieces to work with. Can he get played in? Sentinels thinking better of sticking around the side. Why let him hit that play? Why give him a chance? Respecting PaperX. Maybe work back in.
Enggak tuh, keter itu bareng-bareng. Together guys, gitu.
They catch the timing on this. The spike get planted safely. Monyet is trying to keep this plant
safe. Avenger nih adik-adik. Kepik Avenger nih.
Iya. And then the shots. That's enough. That's raised the alarm bell.
Ayo, mau kemana kamu nembak apa kamu?
It's Monyet to try and do the impossible. 13 seconds.
Iyo.
And the trade not going to come through this time. Sen tying up the score. 6 apiece.
Aduh.
Let's go.
Nice half.
Strange to say, but beautiful recovery there from Sentinels to get the last 2 on the board. 6 in a row for PaperX.
Kali dua.
Talk about the early timeouts, but this is another example where really able to adjust perfectly. Actually, that step up in tempo, in
John Kitty.
Really catching Sentinels off guard.
Marah lagi. Minum obat, Alek.
This is the level of game I think we both wanted to see. The best from both sides being shown here. High quality action on just the first half. Sideshow has something for us.
Ini kayak musuhnya Sonic, tau gak?
It may not have looked like it, but it was a pretty successful defense half by the numbers from Sentinels. And I want to walk you back to the bonus round to try to show you how it all got started. So as you can see, bonus, low weaponry happening here.
Tapi kenapa kalah sama Genji ya,
what the game plan is. Nobody's heard anything around Rubble, so they tap this out. There's only 2 options here. When you don't hear anything Rubble, it means it's a trap play, or it means that they're playing passive. They tap the door, it's certainly not a trap, otherwise that would have been baited. And I want to pause here, just as we get to the second door opening, and highlight the Killjoy utility. This Killjoy utility, not in a common spot. It's not to stop them getting into tree, it's to segment off something from the rest of the squad. So as we play this out, you'll see what the game plan is. John QT comes over for the fast rotate, and they know that this jet composition likes to prime dash and get into the site to break crossfires here. Zelsis is not trying to fight it. They pop Nano Swarm, there's a snake bite. Look at the timing. I want to show you that again. Look at the timing of this double swing to punish something. And the other duelist coming in at the same time. It could not have been more perfect to shut down something and Monyet to open things up. Good ante, got them started with a 4-0 lead, and with a slight recovery towards the end of that, this is now Sentinels in a good spot at a 6-6 half on an attack-sided map. So they've managed to do the work.